perimeter highway here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. There are signs up saying they don't want you to use your jake brake. Yet they'll allow twin 53-footers on this road, but you can't use a jake brake. So it's kind of like you can be seen but not heard, I guess. That's their logic. So it's okay if you sneak those things by, just don't make any noise. Bitter cold weather this trip, minus 14 Fahrenheit. And I will say that the Canadian fuel is far superior to the US diesel fuel. I haven't had any issues of gelling or even close up here. In fact, I'm running an older set of fuel filters here. I'm due for an oil change as soon as I get down to the States. So these aren't fresh filters either, and I'm having no issues at all with the fuel in spite of this incredibly cold weather. The Canadian diesel fuel, although it costs a fortune, is obviously far superior in cold weather. That's something to remember. There's just no substitute for good fuel in cold weather. So here you are on the perimeter highway in Winnipeg with a set of double 53s.
Take ramp on right to Highway 75 South.
They got all sorts of ice storms up here, but even the guys with the double 53s can't use their jake brakes to try to slow down if they get into trouble. More political logic at work. Well, good morning, big strappers. It's a lovely day for a drive. The sun's shining. It's cold out, 12 degrees Fahrenheit, but the roads are dry. I got the truck washed last night. When I woke up this morning, I wasn't frozen inside it. So things are going nicely, and it's going to be an easy day for us. We're going to truck across I-94 into Minneapolis, St. Paul, catch I-35 and drop down into Iowa, and end up in Walcott, Iowa tonight. And that's going to be our whole day. So as long as the weather behaves, it should be good. This section of I-94 between Fargo and Minneapolis is an interesting section of road because they often run hydro wires and check the hydro wires right along the side of the interstate with helicopters. And I think that's completely fascinating. I love to watch the helicopters working. And always wanted, even as a young boy, to be able to fly a helicopter. I ended up in trucking instead. Talked to a couple of guys that flew helicopters for a living, and I guess it's like anything else. And the way they described it wasn't all it cracked up to be. They'd be stationed up in the northern woods hauling equipment or something with them. It wasn't nearly as neat as what you'd imagine it to be, but I always thought that would be a neat job. So I haven't seen any helicopters yet, but I'm watching along this crappy area because trucking in bad weather doesn't pay any better than trucking in good weather. So you might as well truck in the good weather and not create problems for yourself and be able to do your job in a little bit shorter period of time, considering it doesn't pay by the hour. And that way you're ready for the next load, or you can take a couple of days off. But there's nothing worse than puttering along in bad weather when you're getting paid by the mile. So I always try to avoid the bad roads for